Hello everyone, and welcome to Issliss, episode 6. My name is Veronica Ripley, I'm the creator of Issliss, and before we begin, I just want to relay a couple of big news items here at Fable Scraps. If you're listening to the VOD, or if you're listening to the podcast, we have a brand new merch store. You can get stuff like this sweet shirt, or a bowling shirt, or mugs, or prints. Head over to merch.fablescraps.com for more. You can also support us there, where we offer a special podcast to supporters. So, merch.fablescraps.com. Big thank you to everybody who has supported us that way. And if you would like to catch the show live on Twitch, we do this show every Friday at noon Pacific at twitch.tv/fablescraps. You can find our VODs on YouTube, and you can find our podcast everywhere podcasts are consumed. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our cast. We have Candacethemagnificent and Grizz.
Hi.
Domesticdan as Leaf.
Hello.
Chelseabytes as Pippet.
Hi.
And Techniq as Pliers.
Oh, hi.
We last left our party in the middle of a dangerous preserve. The cell was engaged in a dire conflict with a Western River King, nearly ending one of our compatriots. The battle has just ended, and the Western River King lies in tatters at the edge of the swamp. How do you proceed?
Hey, what was that, Pipit? I think you're talking to yourself.
Am I talking to myself? Oh god, I'm so exhausted.
You don't look so good.
Oh yeah, I don't feel so good either. I'm just gonna lie down right here. I'm gonna lie down.
Oh, all right, that's... No, maybe a little... Oh, okay, well, that's fine.
Should I amputate? I can always amputate, and then I can put a, lovely little, new leg.
That would be normal standard procedure on the battlefield, but no amputation is required, just some rest.
Darn it. I mean, good.
What? Are we going to... Well, no, you said this was enclosed, I think, yeah?
It looks like we said like a preserve?
It does look like it's an intentional situation with this creature.
Yes.
If you...
Pivot, is there something I can do? Can you tell me which maybe herbs to pluck to make you an antidote of some kind?
Oh no, nothing so complicated. I think we should just set up a camp.
Oh, no, that's easy. Okay. Would you like me to take care of that?
Absolutely. Careful of the plants. There are some weird, spiny ones over there, and I'm not sure which ones will give you some sort of rash, but I can't quite identify them yet. But we do need some place to set up just logs, a fire, something of that sort.
I agree. I would like to set up a camp so I can start the procedures on making more bolts. And they seem very efficient. Sorry for the damage that hit when it hit you. But I'm still working out the spring-loaded engines.
Oh, it's quite all right. It's absolutely necessary. Oh, thank you, Pliers. Okay,
No problem.
everybody form up. Because after this, I'm absolutely going to pass out. We need logs. We need to make a fire. And if there's any food that we have between us, we should gather it together.
I can always just I point to the giant reptilian creature that we've kind of mangled and I've taken some scales from. That's probably pretty edible.
Oh, you can... Could you prepare that for everyone?
I don't see why not.
Oh, meat, finally.
Finally.
Fine. You don't have this sort of thing regularly?
You're just sucking on those disgusting little balls that you provided.
Well, no, those are fester berries. Very tasty. And
I don't
very
know about
cheap.
that.
Yes, so delectable.
Yeah, I think we'd rather have meat over balls.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna lie down. Just gonna sleep. Just gonna... Wake me up when you...
All right.
There she goes. Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's fine. I wouldn't have said lay in the blood, but that's okay. I begin to do my best to butcher this and get it ready to cook.
Sure. The Western River King is very dead and is bleeding pretty heavily. It is sort of bloated, like it has probably been very well fed here, but you do manage to reach inside.
Oh.
I'd probably be going more. Well, I'll go inside too, because sometimes maybe a little liver can be good if you don't have enough vitamin A, but if I know what that even is. Not sure.
The outer side of the husk of this thing is far too dense for you to get any kind of knife into, but the belly is very soft and maybe really tasty.
Little Western River King bacon.
That's right. You recover enough materials for the equivalent of 4 cooked meals.
Ooh. I wonder if the teeth or nails are usable. I would like to use those for materials if possible. Unless he ruined it already.
I
don't
didn't
say that
touch
out
those. I
loud.
just went for the belly and took
okay.
some scales from the back. You can figure out how you'd like to pull out the teeth. So I'm going to work on some food in the fire first. I just set them down on some wide leaves as best I can. You said this was kind of jungly-esque, yeah?
Like a swamp, that's right.
The swampish, yeah, okay. So there's probably some wide leaf plants around. I don't want to set this meat right on the mud.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, there's probably some patch of leaves. Totally.
All right. I'd like to then probably get enough dry wood and such to get a fire going.
All right.
That's probably some sort of role, I'd assume. Maybe a bushcraft?
Yeah, let's roll your bushcraft. You're trained in bushcraft, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
All right, then let's roll you a bushcraft check. You're going to roll a 3d6. Your total is
Alright.
8. Oh, no.
Looks like you need
8,
help
but
with
I have
that.
a plus 6.
Oh, you have a plus 6. Very good. So that brings your 8 to a 14. Okay. Let me consult something really quickly.
Very good. Might take a while for the fire to start. Oh, no. I see that. It looks like it's a DC 10.
That's right. You have it is a DC 10 to construct a fire, and you do manage to do so. And Pliers, you are looking through the rest of the carcass for anything usable. Is that right?
I'm digging around in everything and anything that I can find that's sharp. That can be twisted and turned into many items. I'll even take some biomatter as well, if possible, because I dig around in that too.
So it seems like you have a improficiency in bushcraft.
Yeah, I'm not a busher. Hey, Bushman, could you dig around in this? I can tell the materials when you pull it up if it's quality or not, and I can craft stuff, but I don't like getting my hands dirty. I already told you that these hands are made for crafting.
Do you want food or do you want teeth? I
Both.
can do one or the both. Good.
Yes.
Well, I
I'm
can
going to
get
work on your efficiency, young man.
I don't think I have 4 arms. Can you give me 2 more arms?
I could. Would you like some? And we find the materials. I can give you arms anywhere you want them.
It's weirdly tempting, but I don't think you can do that right now, yeah?
Oh, you'd be surprised if you find the right materials.
But,
Seems like we have all the, and I look down at Pivot, time in the world.
unless you can make me arms out of trees, I don't think.
Interesting. Woodlogged. Wouldn't do well with fire. You construct fire, it might burn up.
I kind of ignore a bit of his rambling and I continue to build the fire and
Yes.
get ready to
Should
cook.
set alarms, tentacles, wrinkle. I just ramble on as I stare upon the carcass, waiting for the bushman to come and do his bushing.
Yeah, I focus
Realize
on
it
getting
takes hours.
meals together over to tea. One is a little more pressing.
Just pliers over by the carcass, like muttering and pacing. Grizz, what are you doing?
I'm watching over Pippet to make sure that she is okay. That creature sort of came out of nowhere and surprised us. So I think like Grizz has their head on a swivel to like make sure there's no other creatures that are going to descend on our party without us knowing.
Sure. Okay, sure. You don't see anything immediately dangerous or pressing, and you don't have any inclination to believe that something might pop out of nowhere. You're sort of in a clearing, so you have a really good vision around you. But you are looking after Pippet. Good.
Well, since Leaf is taking his sweet time cooking, and I appreciate it, I'll go start taking measurements of Pippet's leg. Just in case. A saw may slip.
Sure. It's trivial. Yeah, you take those measurements. You get them written down expertly. Is anybody building a shelter? Are you planning on staying here very long, or is it just enough for some lunch?
Ooh. That might be a good idea. I don't think anybody's gonna bother us since they think this creature is coming about here. We might have a good spot to set up a small base and escape route. But then again, if it belonged to a cassette, not good.
As I'm like chopping up like probably some mild herbs and things that I might have found. You sure they know about this place? The one that didn't we just overhear him saying he wants us dead? Or was that just me as I was at the last when I was shoving y'all down the stairs?
When I was looking at the notes, I believe it said he wants you dead. We're still not on that list yet.
You know that what happens when you associate with people they want dead, right?
Oh, right. You get sacrificed. But at the end of the day, I look at the notes and it says, Greg's and I are safe. Yeah, calculations and equations, they're all done. Kasat loves us. He won't touch us. His life is in my hands.
Yeah.
Pippet is just taking a short nap, to be clear.
All right, sure. Let's
Start measuring her head.
While you're napping, I'm gonna have you make a little roll for me. Let's see here. Stress reduction. So while you're napping, actually you don't make a roll for naps. You just gain a. Oh yeah, you do. It's a none, meager, or comfortable. Let's see here.
That blood really comfortable.
Let's see here. Would you say you have a none, meager, or comfortable a nap here on the ground in the swamp?
I would have loved to have found a spot that's a little a ways from where we just were. But I just kind of passed out there, and it's not, it's not anything luxurious, but
You
very
just
much meager if I have
scrape together some
Grizz,
leaves and grass.
Yeah. If Grizz is taking care of me,
Yeah,
I
I'll
feel
say that
like
since
Yeah, I
Grizz is
find some
taking
leaves.
since Grizz is taking care of you, we'll make that a meager one. So yeah, you may reduce your stress by 1 for that nap.
Thank goodness.
What else is happening? Leaf, you've made food for everyone.
Yeah, so my goal, if they were saying we should stay here a little bit, I'll work on putting a little camp together after. Yeah, I think this is all on me, so the order of operations would be fire, cook food, make small camp. But
Okay.
that takes time,
It
so
does.
I'm
Cooking
doing them in order.
Creating a fire takes about an hour. Between finding the wood and actually starting the thing, it takes about an hour.
All right.
So you've done that. So it's been about an hour. The sun is getting lower. Your cooking, you've already foraged. Cooking check. Here we go. This is an alchemy or bushcraft check. Which would you like to use?
Most definitely bushcraft.
All right, so we'll roll against your bushcraft skill. And you roll a 10 plus. You have plus 6, right?
Plus 6, yes.
All right, so that's a 16, and you have a.
I have a special ability.
Oh, what is your ability?
It's called Twice Baked, so I could cook this a little longer and reduce the risk another tier.
Ah, very good. So within the Issliss game mechanics, if you cook food in Issliss, which is a necessary thing for reducing stress or survival, if you cook food, there is an inherent risk factor when you eat that cooked food, a risk of illness. If you roll within a certain bracket, you could get anywhere from between 3 to 1 risk levels. And if you happen to fail a risk level, you run the possibility of getting very sick or incurring some disease or parasite. But since you have Twice Baked and you rolled really well, you negate the illness risk. You cook this very confidently, and there is no risk of disease.
You're welcome. Oh, you'd want to? I mean, I could leave a little uncooked for you if you'd like.
Oh no, I'm just staring at the carcass as it just decays away. Because I was trying to get materials, and it took twice as long. But I'm thankful anyway.
I mean, again, I could take less time for you if you'd like.
No, I'm very thankful.
I think I saw some little wiggly parasites in some of the meats.
Oh, interesting. I would like those as well. I could probably construct something to where we can use them to our advantage.
I set aside some of like the wiggly grubs that were trying to probably be in the flesh for him.
Little parasites.
A little concerned, but I set them aside. What do they look like?
Oh, just nasty. There's
Good.
all kinds of different parasites in Issliss. We won't even get into the specifics of what they do yet.
Oh.
Good, very good, great. Well, there's some probably with lots of little legs and maybe grubby little businesses that I would kind of wrap it in a leaf and just hand over to you.
Oh, a leaf. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Eating food with an illness risk doesn't necessarily make you sick, but it has the opportunity to make you sick. So it's possible and likely that you'll consume things in Issliss that do carry an illness risk that won't make you sick. But it is possible that you will get a debilitating parasite, so keep that in mind.
If it's been an hour, I'd love to get up.
Okay.
I'm sure the food isn't done yet, so I will awake and be like, oh, wow.
Probably
this is
smell it, yeah.
It's a great start, everyone. Seems like Leaf is doing just about everything. Okay, thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Don't move. Don't make any sudden movements. I'll go get you a plate.
Oh, is it done, Leaf, or do we have? It's only been an hour. How long does it take?
It's almost done. I had to get the fire going, and I'll get the food. You see, it's like I've got like a tiny little stick rotating spit. I just kind of twist it. It's very rudimentary, but it works.
I have a better idea, Grizz. You help me set up where we can all just sit and have a moment to speak and rest as a team. Let's go and.
Sounds lovely.
I want to go and grab stuff with you so we can, if we have any materials on us, or we can make, I won't say like bedrolls, but just somewhere for all of us to sit.
Sure, like a shelter.
Go and settle up. Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
To construct a shelter in Issliss, you may. Let's see here. Shelter. You may use a bushcraft skill, and it will take 1 hour to complete.
Okay.
Are either of you trained in bushcraft?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Pretty sure it's just me.
It's just Leaf, huh?
But we'll try.
I was going to take care of it after cooking, but you know they wanted to go ahead with it.
You can help us after.
Since both of you are working on this together, even though none of you are trained in it, I'm gonna fudge it a little bit and give you a 3d6 for this roll. Like normally you would only get that if both of you were trained. It's just that now it's getting dark and the panic is rising.
I'm observing. I'm making sure the angles are
supervising.
correct. Or see, well, you know, everyone calls it something different.
That's an 8. Okay. So what is your bushcraft skill, Pipit?
Mine is a +2.
It's a 10. Okay. You succeed this roll. You manage to make a meager shelter.
Yes. Yes. Just one. And yeah, use it as y'all need. I turn to Grizz and I say,
This is a great start. I'm sure Leaf will help us spice this up a little bit. Hopefully, the food is better.
I have a +6.
oh, could I aid Grizz instead? if we could retroactively
Too late.
dang
You guys have a meager shelter. It's leaning a little bit to the side. There's some scrappy like rags hanging off from a couple of posts. There's a little clear spot where you can sit, and there's a fire, but it might just burn the whole thing down.
Grizz puts some like
you should
damp
lead.
Grizz puts like damp like grass like in the air in certain areas in case we need to like suffocate any fires that pop up. And there's like they try to put like little flowers to make it more pleasing to the eye.
Definitely see Leaf kind of giving a lot of side eye as he's turning the meat, clearly properly cooking the food. Maybe you'll have me help you out next time, just for efficiency. That's all. No other issues.
Well, I hope it can work for the night. We won't be here for that long, right?
Me too. Yeah.
Flyers, you've been over by this carcass at this point for hours.
Yeah, I'm just
taking
waiting,
measurements,
patiently. Yep.
devising the best way to extract these teeth.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull them out
Okay,
at this point.
sure.
Yeah, because I keep looking back and it just keeps rotating. I'm like, man. All right, well, sometimes you got to do stuff yourself. So I put on these like really nice gloves and do finger exercises for about 15 minutes to make sure blood is flowing really correctly in there. And I keep looking back at Leaf like, cramps. I'm tired. And when I see nothing happening, I'm just like, fine. I'll start pulling teeth out, nails, and any other cartilage, anything that I can use.
All right, sweet. So in Issliss, when you search for supplies, which is what this will be, it says necessary supplies to craft an item will just consist of one of each value below the item being crafted. So a petty wooden carving requires a worthless supply. This is for crafting later on, but for searching for supplies, you can use a detect check.
Oh, okay.
Or let's see. Oh, the search check. When buying them, you're limited to what the town can offer you. For scavenging, you can use a detect check to determine what you find, and if you find what you need. The DC of this check is dependent on your location. Okay, yeah, so you'll use a detect check here.
Sweet. Oh, go ahead and use the detect. I have a +4 in it, at least.
Are you proficient in this skill?
Yes, I am.
Oh, very good. All right. So, this is a 3d6 for you since you're proficient. That's a 10.
Woohoo!
10 plus, what did you say your modifier was?
It says total 4, so...
Okay, yeah, so 10 plus 4, it's 14. You managed to extract a common supply from this.
Yeah, I'm just pulling them out just really roughly and just frustrated.
Yeah.
Okay, great. One common supply.
Yeah, you're reaching real hard, real
Get
far
in
in
there.
there.
Yep, all up in that. Yep. Look at this. Oh, that would have been squirters. Let's go. Here we go.
There you go.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that was a good one.
It's real gross.
Yeah. Oh goodness. I better stop while I'm ahead.
Yeah. So you find a common supply in there. Good job.
Oh,
While
look
this
at
is-
this lovely stuff that I found that only I can use because I pulled them out with my strength. Oh, I'm tired. Sheltered, made, food ready? Great. I'll just come over and plop down.
While this is happening. Oh man, okay.
While this is happening, could I look at the area again and just get another description of where we're at?
Sure. Absolutely. So, as the sun is setting behind the great enclosure in front of you, off in the distance you can see what look to be walls just behind the tree line, and you know, just from intuition, that these walls probably encompass the entire area, because you're looking out that way and you can see way off in the distance you can see them, and you're looking out that way and you can see walls way off in the distance. So you have the understanding that this place is some sort of enclosure. The space in front of you is a small open field. It starts to get really muddy, and it finally descends into what looks like a swamp. There's a tree line just off to the side, and you can hear the wildlife begin to come to life in the night. You hear birds, you can hear skittering noises, you can hear way off in the distance, you can hear and the sun begins to set over the hills in the distance. Tall grasses around you shudder with movement.
Would I know what that noise was? Was that a creature or like a dinner bell? Like what?
It's not like one you've heard before.
Oh God. Yeah, let's make a nice fire tonight, everyone, and hopefully we don't run into any other creatures. This place is teeming with wildlife.
Fantastic. So does anyone want to do anything else before turning in for the night?
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
So relaxing, that's something that will only help the person and not other people. And I want to help other people. I need to take a skill that allows me to do so.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I would like to relax and socialize.
There is
for an hour.
a performance option. Like, you could use the perform skill to try to remove stress from yourself and others.
Ooh,
If
yes.
you are good at performance.
Let me see. I am mediocre. Grizz has never had friends before.
Oh,
So
no.
like they're like a little useless right now, but they're gonna get better now that they have a reason to like learn all of these other things. They'll
Sure.
get better.
Would you like to try to perform for your friends? Just the type 5?
Sure. Sure. I can try to perform for my friends.
All right. You're not proficient in this skill, but you have a
No.
+6 for your total because of how good you are at temperament. Like, your temperament skill is
I
pretty
can
high.
persuade them that I'm good.
We're gonna roll you a 2d6, but it'll be +6. So we'll see if you can beat the table here. You have to make at least a 15 to make any difference. So rolling a 2d6. That's a 7 +6. Oof.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, you're just you've got your type 5 out, but they're not really landing.
Yeah, Grizz is like trying to tell you guys a story about like them coming in and hearing the cassette under the floorboards, and I feel like I just freak everybody out instead of impressing them.
Grizz conveys one stress to the entire party.
Oh well.
No big deal, though. No, I assure you that we are perfectly safe.
I think I lost a couple hours off my life.
All right.
Gonna go
Well, I'm gonna mark that one stress, but
No, don't mark it. It's fine. It's just
Well, no,
just-
I'm taking the stress, but how convenient my cooked meal reduces 2 stress for everybody
there
that
you go.
eats it. So I'm already back
Thank
to
you
nothing
so much,
again.
Leaf. I'm so
Yeah.
glad
Thank
you
you,
interrupted with that meal.
Yeah, here, like passing out like mid-description of the cassette, like clicking its claws out from underneath the carriage. Like, yeah, and here's this. I've seasoned it. I found some sage, oddly enough.
Season. Oh, man.
This smells pretty good. This is very different from all the berries and things that we have to consume. I can
Yeah,
actually eat something now. Wow.
I'm much better at this normally. That's why I tend not to spend that much money. I usually just find it. The food, I mean.
You know, I'd pay you to do this more often, if I could. This is impressive.
Is survival.
Would anyone like...
I dig into it like I've never eaten before. I seriously just start like tearing into it because we don't have silverware. We're eating with our hands.
I do have a cook set, so like.
Actually, I have silverware. I have a scalpel and a knife. And...
forceps?
Yeah.
As I pick this up with my hands, Leaf, of all people in this group, says, "Oh no, honey, here's a fork."
No, yeah, like I hand you it's like like the camping fork and like a tin cup, basically, that like the meat's just sitting in.
Thank you so much, Leaf. I'm so embarrassed. Thank you.
And I'll start to eat it properly. And yes, we have a meal together, and hopefully we can just talk about how like peaceful this is compared to everyday life, despite the Cassette, haunting our dreams. And always.
Sure. There's a socializing skill, actually.
I love that.
So this is one where you could use persuasion, Grizz.
Yes.
Would you like to conduct some prearranged socialization?
I sure would like to do some mandatory fun.
All right. Sure. So because you are trained, yes, in persuasion?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at your sheet here.
I have a +9. It's crazy.
Ah, I see. So yeah, you have a
I'll never talk again.
See, so friendly.
persuasion. You have a +9, and you're trained in it. So that means you'll get you'll have to roll a 3d6 because you're proficient, and you'll get a +9 to that roll. So here we go. That is a 10 + 9. That's 19. Well done.
Ooh.
Yeah, you strike up a conversation, and it is gripping. You manage to lower your own stress by 1, and you lower your stress by 1.
You guys can see that they look very at ease. They've kind of found their rhythm a little bit, but they let out a big yawn by the end of it.
Yeah. I was going to craft some stuff, but the story was so gripping that I just completely forgot to finish doing it. Goodness.
There's still a little bit of time left. I bet you could manage a little crafting in.
Yeah, I was looking at this long list of stuff that I have that I'm really good at crafting.
There's a
Good
long
Lord,
list.
The list is long.
Eating my meal would reduce my stress, correct? I just want to...
Yeah, everyone who has eaten a meal, which is all of you, may reduce your stress by 2.
Excellent. Okay. While that's happening, I would like to watch Pliers as they work.
Oh, would you now? With that, I have some kind of thingamabobbit called Tinkerer. I think it's only for me, though. It says relief while relaxing by tinkering.
Oh.
Yeah. And I also have Hyperfixate. I can finish crafting and repairing in half the amount of time that it would normally take.
Oh, fantastic.
And I have Workaholic on top of that, because that's what I am, of course. Crafting and repairing causes 1 less stress to do. So I think I negate the stress from the food and doing this at the same time, or does it matter the order that I do stuff in?
So crafting in Issliss is a mechanic where you expend resources. You have a couple of supplies in your inventory. Right now, I know you have a common supply. I think everybody has a worthless and petty.
And common.
Perfect. So you use supplies like this in crafting in order to conduct a crafting session. It'll take some time. It'll take some items, and you'll have to pass a check. You will also incur an amount of stress, and that stress it's scaled based on whether you're crafting a little tiny thing or crafting a really big, important, extravagant thing. You'll gain more or less stress depending. So if you would like to craft, you will gain stress, but you also have Hyperfixate, which is an ability that negates that stress.
Yes. I think that at this point in time, I look at Pippet, and because I was making measurements, and I was just like, well, we don't need losing another leg or something worse. Probably needs a weapon of some sort. I didn't see one on a person. Do you have a weapon?
All I had was that pickaxe over there, and it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to get that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out from here.
All right, I'm gonna need a little help here. I'm gonna pray to the voices above to help me out with this. So I don't see the requirements for these items. I think I just see the cost of
Yeah,
them.
the quality. The quality is the requirement. So what quality of item are you crafting here?
Where's that? I guess with what I have, I can only craft.
You can craft a nice quality item.
Oh.
The qualities
that
in the
could be
crafting table are
worthless.
petty, common, nice, expensive, and extravagant.
Oh yeah, I'll be able to do expensive later. So yeah, let's just do the nice quality ones.
Okay,
Well,
sure.
what?
If there are supplies that you need, I do have several in my pack.
I still have bolts. I would rather craft something where we're all useful. Well, I mean, not useful. But I think you're useful, but you know what I mean. In battle, so you won't get eaten again.
I'm very pragmatic. I understand your criticism.
Okay,
I'm
great.
all for the cause.
It was all for the positivity. What about a? Oh, I see these things. Are you better at close combat, ranged, or would you like something like a
Surprisingly-
shield or something?
I'm actually better with heavy artillery.
That's surprising. Okay. Well, let's go with.
I actually have not gotten to talk to you about this, Pliers. I've seen combat. I've even gotten close to some of the assertions on the field. It's quite terrifying. So I had to get very comfortable with weapons very quickly, even though I'm just a lab assistant, really. Just put my
Interesting.
skills on paper. But I am pretty handy with a heavy weapon.
Okay, well, let's go for one of those then, if I can find them. I see light weapons, heavy weapons. Here we go. Well, you said heavy artillery. All I see is like spear, glaive, sledge,
Oh,
guard.
absolutely excellent.
All of you see Pippet's like face light up when you say spear.
Okay, spear. All right, well, fine. If you taking like to that, or a glaive, or so, spear seems to fit your
Any
fancy.
of those will do, whatever is within
I'll
your
start taking
capabilities.
measurements. Curved blade versus a standard pointed spear. Curved blade might serve as both poking and slashing, where a spear, you're just poking. So why don't we go for that? The glaive then.
I'll
They
take,
weigh about the same.
I'll take your knowledge as long.
Great. I'll start constructing, and I'll use the teeth that I found as well.
Sure.
And start putting this thing together.
All
so,
right.
what would that take?
So,
Petty, common.
because we are
nice.
crafting a nice quality item, the ability to craft a nice quality item will require one worthless supply, one petty supply, and one common supply.
Wow.
I
I'm gonna
present
do it.
all of those things.
Oh, I don't have to. Thank you. And I just like snatch it politely and run off. And I'm like, oh, go! And I just start like a kid in a candy shop, just crafting, just sweat pouring. You start seeing chunks of food. I'm just like, act like I have an assistant. I really don't have one, but I'm like, food. And I grab the food and then I just keep
I'll
going.
pass because I am literally an
oh.
assistant. I pass these things.
Oh, that
to
just makes me
Pliers.
jolly. I'm just like, I'm speaking all this random language while I'm going at it.
Sure.
And then I look at Leaf, and then I go back to doing it again. And I'm going to not only craft a glaive, I'm going to craft a shield for Leaf.
Okay, well let's do the glaive first.
Yes.
So your ability hyperfixate. Could you read that back to me one more time?
Yes. Finish a oh, there it is. Finish crafting or repairing in half the amount of time as necessary.
Okay, perfect. And you had Tinkerer as well, right?
I have Tinkerer and Workaholic. Workaholic is crafting and repairing causes one less stress to do.
Okay.
And Tinkerer is when relaxing by tinkering with your tool sets and crafting supply. You get one less stress. Oh no, so excuse me. DC 15 is one stress. DC 20 is two stress. Negative. by the way. -1, -2.
Okay, let's. I think that one would be for more like relaxing while tinkering. This is a
Yeah.
little bit different. So we'll say that you get 1 less stress for this crafting.
Okay.
A nice quality crafting item would normally incur 3 stress. We'll say this one will only give you 2.
Okay. Does the food pull back any of that stress or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So you must beat a DC of 15. And your crafting skill that you're proficient in, and you get a plus what to your crafting?
Is it crafting or
It's
mechanic?
mechanics, right?
Oh, I have a 9.
9. All right, great. So here's your roll. You have to beat 15. 9 plus 9 is 18. You do.
All
you
right.
beat it. All
Huh.
right, easily. Please add 2 stress to your character sheet.
I have added the stress. This is like good stress. It's the stress that when you're finally done and you're like wiping, I'm like, oh, whew, yeah. I'm slowly engraving my name, Master, on it. And then I hand it over to Pippin. I'm just like, take care of my baby.
This is most appreciated, Pliers. Thank you. I'll be sure to take excellent care of it.
Yes. Chop up anything that you need, and whatever you chop up, bring it back to me. I would like to use it, whether it be
I
human or
love
not.
that. A pragmatic
Yes.
workflow. Excellent.
Yes.
And I'll put that on my bag.
Sure.
Or on my back.
You swing it around a
Placed it.
couple times, and it sounds great.
Excellent. Let me
You see
write this
Pliers over
down.
there like, it's not a
Write that
fighter.
down. Write that down.
Yeah.
You were gonna craft something else too, Pliers. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I was gonna craft a shield for Leaf, but I don't think I want to do it without permission because if he shows his prowess like he did in the last fight, he may not be a shield type of person. So I walk up to Leaf and say, well, since your dinner was satisfactory, was thinking about doing something for you.
Oh, that's very kind of you, and you know I'll take satisfactory. That's actually thank you. That's pretty good.
It is, especially coming from me. You can up that 1 to excellent, but in my language is set anyway. Full. You look like so. You're pretty big. Do you stay in the back of the battle, or you go in front of the battle?
Oh, I'm kind of a bit of both, actually. I just so happened that like had the sling that like sinew and all that sling. I mean, I just had this, and I couldn't exactly get up close quickly, so I figured why not just do that. But no, I'm usually good at the quick hittings.
As
from
Leaf is
close-
talking, I walk away.
and
Yes,
there he goes.
That's great. Griggs, I was just thinking while Leaf was, talking. You actually did not have anything in the last battle. I think you need to be equipped correctly.
Oh, that would be quite nice, honestly. I have no weapons whatsoever, but I am good at ranged things.
Ranged things. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Let's see here. Are you more of a trapper, or are you more of a damage dealer, or annoyance? What kind of
I'm more of a damage dealer, also
Okay.
an annoyance.
All right. Okay. Well, I could make you something, but it will cost ammo, so we would have to. I could probably do both, but it won't be a lot of it. We would have to either make it or buy some. But I have this little neat thing, and I pull up my little cane. When you slap this, you see a compartment pop up and 2 slots for different bolts. This was a healing bolt, and this is a damage bolt. Need some work, and don't shame the work. It's just a prototype. But it saved her life, and I can make one for you. Maybe not a cane of some sort, but it can either shoot blades or bolts, and you have to choose which one you would like.
Oh.
Or I can make you a sling. We could just use rocks. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but ammo's always around.
Let's start with a sling, please. I don't want to accidentally hurt anyone.
I mean, you can really hurt someone with a rock.
I'd probably
Yes, but it's not as much as maybe a blade.
You'd hear Pip, you'd hear Leaf pipe in, and I think there was another sling, if I remember right, on the ground over there. There were a couple of them. I only picked up the one. So you might not even need to make another one if you need a sling.
Oh, well, if that's convenient.
Am I remembering that right? I thought there were 2.
That's right, there were 2.
Yes.
Perfect. Then I'll go over, pick up the sling and hand it to Griggs and say, well, let's start with this. Okay, we'll start with this. And once you become proficient enough, then we'll move on.
Yes, I'd like to trust myself using it.
As she's talking, I walk away. And then I go to Leaf, and I'm just like, yes, yes, you were saying? You were up close, and then you were both? Okay, so I think a shield would be good for you, because you have that savvy arm. You can do some damage. You can run up into the middle of the battlefield and won't get killed again, something of that nature.
Sure, that sounds fine. Okay, I mean, I could go and grab that pickaxe. And by grab, I mean I have the one here, and that works okay with shield, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not?
Or do you like to smash things full head on? I can make you a sledgehammer as well.
Not so much my thing. I'm a little quieter and quicker than that.
Quieter and quicker. All right. Quieter and quicker. A shield would probably hold you down, but it gives you a lot more defense. If we have someone take the hits, then Pippin and I can do what we're good at.
That sounds fine. I mean, you could still have that and be a little quieter and quicker. Just
okay,
maybe...
I walk up while he's talking, and I go ahead and
he just does
start building it out. Yes.
Oh,
While
well,
You would like to
everyone is-
craft a small guard, is that right?
I was, didn't think about that. I thought about the full guard, but a small guard would help him if he wants to be stealthy. I don't know how a gigantic man like that would be stealthy, but hey, I mean, each their own.
Just a small note for you. I'm only 5'8". I'm not that big.
Well, I'm 4'11", so you're pretty big. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do that.
You're pretty tall, Leaf.
Yeah, I'm looking like I'm kind of like you'd see he's wiry. He's not
You're
like
looking down at most of us here, actually.
Yeah, you're the biggest one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've always been told I'm kind of small for okay.
We're
the
here to
company you
change
keep.
that.
All right.
There is a light weapon called a small guard, and there's a heavy weapon called a full guard.
Yes, I need to know which one is your preferred value here.
You'd know if I see that you're trying to make a weapon of some kind, it'd be like I'd pull out the pickaxe again. I have a weapon already. It works pretty well.
Shield, sir. Shield. Blocks damage.
Something smaller is good then.
Small guard? Okay, that take measurements of your forearm and your arm.
Sure, all
Your
right.
tentacles. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, great. So you're going to craft another nice quality item. It'll be the same process as before. You'll only incur 2 stress, and you'll have
I'm
to
stressed out. Okay.
You'll have to beat
All right,
that
let's go.
DC.
All right.
After
You
he's
stress
doing
again?
that, or at the same time, I would be actually trying to mess around with some of the things I have. But I'll let him do that first, of course.
No, I mean, do you have crafting supplies? Because this stuff ain't cheap.
Oh, I do. I was actually going to start to, I hold up like this nice, well, nice is maybe a bit much. It's common supply, but I have a sheet of metal. It's like, well, I was going to use some of this to, I don't know, make some armor plating for myself, but...
Oh, interesting. Okay, no, you're fine. Keep it. That's what loans are for, and interest. And then I go and start knocking on it and binging it out, and then we'll roll for it.
So
1 + 9.
I've taken a look at your character sheet really quick, and it does appear as though 2 more stress will put you unconscious. You are
I'm gonna work until I fall out.
extraordinarily stressed right now.
Maybe, if I see,
no.
you're,
So the
sweating...
I went ahead and added the 2 stress.
Oh, you already
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I have 4. Yeah.
good. Okay. All right,
Wait,
so
why
it'll
do
be the
my-
same roll as before, and it'll take a
My
little bit
mechanics went down for some reason. It's an 8 now.
That's
Is
right.
that because of stress?
because of stress. That's right. Stress
good
will
Lord.
stress
Oh,
will
man.
incur penalties to your victors.
Oh, that was before I did the crafting. So
Okay,
I
yeah,
have
take those. Yeah, take those
I
off.
have a +9. Yeah. So
Okay.
I was being
It'll be a 3d6.
Practice.
You have a +9 still. Luckily, let's take a look at your roll here. That's a 9. That's 18. You do it. You
Oh, yeah.
manage. You manage it.
Woo.
Wow. You do incur 2 more stress.
Ooh. They better enjoy this. I swear. If something happens to it and I engrave my name on it, Overlord, and then give it to a leaf and say, "There you go."
Oh, thank you. Did you? I'm just curious. Did you take my supplies, or did you use
No, I
your
did
own?
not. No, I used my
I
own.
wasn't
which
sure.
is,
I thought you I know you tapped on it. I wasn't sure if you just took it from me and walked
no,
away.
I tapped on to see the quality, and interest is occurring starting tomorrow. It's okay. Enjoy that, and then I go and lay down because I'm tired. I did the most work here today.
When I see when I see Flyers remove themselves from the table and I notice that they're kind of tweaking out for lack of better words, I will pass them the laudanum that I have. It is weak laudanum, but I think it will help.
What is this, drugs?
Well, as an apothecary's assistant, yes. Yes, it
great.
is drugs.
I sniff it.
This laudanum should help reduce a little bit of your stress.
Oh, great. Then I fall asleep and lose my hat.
Do you have a description of this? This, I assume it's a curative, right? Oh yeah, I see. Here it is.
Yes.
Laudanum. Laudanum in Issliss
Oh, it's
lightens your anxiety and reduces your stress. It stays in your system for an entire day. If removed before then, you regain the stress that it removed.
Yeah, you wanna hold on
So,
to that.
what quality of laudanum is this?
It's weak.
Weak.
Yep.
All right, so you have a stress reduction of 2. You may remove 2 stress.
Perfect. That's amazing.
You will also have to write laudanum into your bloodstream.
Write it into my blood. Okay.
That's right. So over on system where it says substances and consumables,
Yep.
go ahead and write laudanum in there.
Laudanum.
That's right.
And that was it says Vector. Never mind. I was like, I mark one of these. All right.
No, not for laudanum.
What are the side effects? As I already took.
So this will reduce your stress, for the rest of the day for about
Okay.
24 hours. It should, take the edge off. You seem pretty, wound up.
Yeah, I'm a little worked.
That
up.
should be the only effect, unless you feel any other symptoms. Let me know. I'm an expert in this matter.
Will I get taller?
Unfortunately, no. We can't all
Okay,
be
that's
like
fair.
Leaf.
No, unfortunately. And I think with a small bow and flip of the hat, and then I'll go and relax.
Pliers is laid down for the night. Is everyone else lying down for the night as well?
I actually, and I might. We'll see if Pliers helps or not. That's entirely up to them. But I was actually.
Bed?
I might not need to.
Okay.
When you hear what I'm about to say, I was actually going to look and see if I could start crafting an armor piece. Actually.
We can say that you're doing that while Pliers is doing crafting. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It probably would have done during the same time.
And looking at the crafting segment of the full guide, it looks like I can use bushcraft to make. It's only nicer lower, which is fine. Weapons and armor, and I would actually be looking to look at making an armor piece, which could be very helpful.
Sure.
And I have the supplies for that. It's a worthless, a petty, and a common.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
And if I could get some help from, if Pliers is willing to help
Yes,
out
of
at
course,
all.
I'll help. Interest is building.
Interest. What do you mean by interest? Are you very
Oh, nothing.
interested in making my my armor with me?
So
Yeah, very much. I become interested every day.
how this will work
I'm
is
just marking notes.
because this is taking place while Pliers is also crafting a different thing. Pliers won't be able to help you with this one.
Okay. Hey,
Would you still like
That's
to do
fine.
it?
I'd still like to do it unless he wants to help after he's done.
I don't think it'll
I mean, I
probably.
can
I
do
don't think
that.
it'll be possible because you guys are. It's getting late. You guys are gonna have to go to
That's
sleep.
fair.
You can do it. I believe in you. More support.
And looking at
You get a plus
now-
6 to a 3d6 roll.
I do. I think it'll be fine. I am curious. What happens? I'm going to do it regardless. But what happens if you fail the roll?
You lose the
for-
supplies.
That's what I thought.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I might want to wait. I did give you a nice shield.
I mean, I have that already.
Just having nightmares in the corner and breaking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I misspoke. I'm so sorry. If you fail your craft check, you don't lose any supplies. You just need to try again, which will take more time and cause more stress. So you get the stress penalty. You don't lose the supplies.
All right, good to know. That's why I was asking. No, I'll try anyway, and if I fail, I'll just go to sleep.
Okay.
But yeah, so I would take the 2 hours while he's doing that, and we'll see if I do it well or not. But I'm using bushcraft, so I'm probably getting a bunch of rope and like twine from fibrous plants and things while I'm doing so. That's probably my petty or my petty supplies I have.
All right.
Which I have a petty scale, so I'm probably like trying to bolt the the River King's scale to some metal.
Sure.
That I found over there, and yeah, if I fail, I sleep. It's fine. It's just, you know.
So this is going to take you a little bit longer than it took Pliers because you don't have that ability to lower the amount of time or lower the amount of stress. So this will take you the entire time that Pliers is crafting 2 things. This will take you all of that time to craft the 1.
Yeah.
We're going to roll you a 3d6.
And it looks like I need a 15 or higher.
That's a 7. You get plus how much? Plus 6?
That's plus 6, so that's a 13. So that's
oh,
not enough.
No.
Oh, no.
All right. So you gain 3 stress from this.
Hey,
Just
It's
getting
okay, I can
frustrated
do
at your
this another
supplies, your tools.
hey, it's not as good as I'd like. I noticed there's a lot of holes in the armor, or at least like little cracks and things that won't work. So,
Grizz
I
tries
put,
to be supportive. I can tell you about the cassette again.
That's definitely okay. Thank you.
Alright.
Maybe I'm munching on some of the leftover meats and.
Sure.
I just
Well, if you fail, you sleep. So here we go.
Yeah, I go to
Leaf's
sleep.
still in bed. Pipit, I assume, is already sleeping. Is that right? Pipit's sleeping it off. And Grizz, you're also going to bed. What was
Yes, I'm gonna knock out.
that? Okay. It just control Z there on the sheet.
So I think I was
That's okay.
trying to mess with the stress, and now I see that everything
okay.
went wrong.
Don't even worry about it. So
I
the
have
party,
more stress now. Yeah, from sleeping, 2 goes away.
So yes, as the party crawls into their tiny hovel, their slightly slanted tent of rags, you can hear the forest around you teeming with life. You can hear skittering movement, the calls of some unfamiliar creatures, the calls of some familiar creatures. But you don't have any immediate sense of danger. Everyone, you may remove 2 stress for your sleep in a meager shelter. We're going to take a very quick break. Before we go, be sure to back Issliss on Kickstarter! !Kickstarter in chat. We'll get you our link to our Kickstarter. Big thank you to everyone who has supported the show. We're raising money for the full book. The players here have an up-close and personal look at that full book as we're writing it. So the show is a little bit in flux because of it. But we're really excited about the full book, so check it out on Kickstarter. Also, be sure to follow us on social media and check out our VODs here on Twitch and on YouTube and everywhere podcasts are found. We'll be right back with the second half of Issliss just after this. Hello, and welcome back to Issliss Season 1. My name is Veronica Ripley, and I'm very happy to have you here. Fable Scraps has a merch store now, merch.fablescraps.com. You can get yourself an awesome t-shirt like the one I'm wearing now. There's also mugs and prints and all kinds of cool stuff, even a bowling shirt at merch.fablescraps.com. If you would like to play Issliss at home right now, all you gotta do is head over to fablescraps.com and sign up for the newsletter. You, by signing up for the newsletter, will be issued a link and you can just download the Quick Play Guide for free at fablescraps.com. It's got lore, it's got artwork, it's got tons of really, really cool things about it. There's even a little encounter and some pre-generated characters, so you can play Issliss at your table right now. Just go to fablescraps.com and sign up for the newsletter. Or you can head over to Kickstarter and back at any level and you'll get access to it through a link on Kickstarter. Speaking of the Kickstarter, we're raising money for the full book. If you would like to get your name written in the physical copy of the book, then head over to Kickstarter right now. We're still raising money for it, and we want to give a big thank you to everyone who has done so. If you're listening to the show on podcasts or VODs, just know that we stream this show live on Twitch every Friday at noon Pacific here at twitch.tv/fablescraps. You can also subscribe to us here, and we really appreciate it. If you would like to catch VODs of Issliss or any of our other shows, then head over to twitch.tv/fablescraps or our YouTube channel, or find us anywhere podcasts are consumed. The party. The cell. Awakens to a sound. Way off in the distance.
Oh, wow. We should get up. The bell's ringing.
Yes. What?
I gather these things. We need to disperse this stuff.
All right.
Okay.
I start to help tear this stuff down, tearing the camp down.
Okay.
I look at Leaf and
yeah.
I look at Leaf and just ask if he needs help dismembering this creature, or if we're just gonna kind of leave it there.
Oh, it's dead. It's gone. There's nothing more you can do with it, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can do much with that.
The rot has begun to set in.
Yeah. What I can do, at least, is... I think it was before you can use bushcraft to, like, remove tracks and traces of yourself, yeah?
Yeah, you have a skill as a hound, right? Or you
Yeah,
have an
I do.
ability.
I think so. Did I use that last time? Or did I just roll? I think I just rolled bushcraft for it. I don't think I have a skill to remove... Well, I don't think I personally have the skill picked to remove tracks.
Ah, okay. Then no, you're unable to remove the evidence of the entire camp.
I'll try to remove some. If I need to roll for that, I can. Or if I can't do it at all, that's okay.
I mean, we'll say that you don't have to roll. We'll say that you do your best. But someone with a keen eye could probably discern that there was people here.
Can we relocate that dead body to this area so it looks like it was the lady and not us?
Which dead body? The human?
Yeah, when we came in, there was someone that there was like a lump of someone.
That's right.
there.
Yeah, there was some remains. You would like to relocate what's left of the human?
Yeah, so if someone was kind of just casually looking over the area, maybe it's that this lady had a little more time here than they thought, rather than we were all here.
Okay. Where would you like to move the body?
Probably closer to the creature, like in between where our camp is and the creature.
All right.
Somewhere there.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's trivial. Yeah, you managed to do that. But, Leaf, you notice that there's a slight trail of blood kind of behind the trail of the dead body. It would be impossible to clean all of the blood from all of the meat hanging off of this corpse. So.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm seeing this and I'm able to, it would be something where I'd like start trying to like push mud and things over that spot to, like, all right, let's maybe make it look a little less obvious.
Someone with a keen eye will know that it was moved, but
yeah,
that's the best you can do.
Yeah. It's the do our best. That's all we can do. I did have a question. This lovely shield that was made for me by Pliers.
Yes.
How does that work out mechanically?
So those of you who have who are crafted weapons, that's Pipit and Leaf, go ahead and add to your inventory the following. Pipit, you were given a glaive. It is a slashing weapon, a staff with a curved blade at the end. It weighs 6 pounds. So add that to your backpack. And then Leaf, you were given a small guard, a bludgeoning shield. It has allows you the ability block, which is a major action, and attempt to resist upcoming attack by adding your might bonus to your defense. So if you spend a full action to block, a major action rather to block, you could resist an upcoming attack by adding your might bonus to your defense.
All right.
It weighs 4 pounds, so add that to your total weight.
Wonderful, thank you.
All right. You can still hear those bells off in the distance.
Okay, we need to do this smartly. We should head back, but we can't have any traces that, I guess, something wild happened yesterday.
But I do look down at my clothes and I'm like, ugh. I try to clean it up as much as I can, but I don't think anyone will really notice. That's my mindset. 'Cause I know I just got into a fight with like a giant crocodile, but yeah. And we'll gather up the things, and I'll just kind of be like rushing them, like, guys, we have to go.
You could possibly use this to our advantage if something does happen. We can always reverse it and say that we were investigating a spot that was not on my brochure, because, I drew the whole place. And then when we come down here, we saw some things, a dead body, possibly a large creature. You got attacked, and we can use this to our advantage. Unless it is known by the Kasat, and then we'll be in trouble. But if it's not known by them, this can be good. So I would say we only use this when we need to, as in if our problem back at the camp has something to say.
Won't it be bad if they know that we know about the place they send us when we want consideration?
But we don't know if this is legit done by the Kasat, or if it was just something that was constructed by you-know-who to gain an upper hand on people in the camp.
I'm not sure. The last time we saw someone asking for consideration, they didn't get sent here. They were, well, for lack of better terms, they were beaten by Ingman. They weren't sent here. They were just beaten. So I'm not sure if this is an Ingman thing, though they know about it, clearly.
Yes.
That is a valid point. We do need to think of the timeline on this.
And I want to think back to that body. I do want to think about like how it looked pretty fresh from what I remember, but would I have been able to put a timeline on that body and how long it had been there since I walked up to it first?
Yeah, I mean, it did look relatively fresh, sure.
Ah, right. And would we have heard of those being like considered disappearing before, or like would we have noticed?
Yeah, I think so.
Over like the past, like since we were last here, or like recently?
When you first arrived to Arcadia Farms, there was a housing lottery in place. It is a regular occurrence that a housing lottery occurs in Arcadia Farms in order to offer everyone in it, all of the workers, the opportunity to rise in their station just a little bit, to allow them the opportunity to have some semblance of like a shelter. However, at that housing lottery, someone had asked for consideration, and a person was sent away for consideration. An act where a human will appeal directly to the Kasat. It's normally seen as dishonorable for humans to do such a thing. It's akin to begging.
Yeah, Leaf, I think we're just seeing the results of that practice here.
Yes.
It's really unfortunate. Okay, let's not dwell on it.
Okay, well, I do believe that this is a construction of Ingman. I don't think this is anything that Kasatz would do because I wouldn't know this, but I think they would take care of things firsthand if they needed to.
That's a fair point. Unless this is for sport. I mean, we don't. I mean, I don't know.
Every Kasat may be different, but for what I know, what I don't know, I'm not saying that I know that I've seen anything that I know, but what I think and I know is that yes, I don't think that one particular that I don't know that I've seen that I don't know would do something of this nature. I think they're more of a hands-on type of. This is just a speculation. It's not that I really know anything, but I think they're more hands-on.
Grizz gets a sneer across their face that is kind of coming a little bit out of nowhere, and they kind of just like spit their words. Yes, but their outfits, their uniforms, their perfumed bodies, they don't seem like the type that want to get their hands dirty. That's what Ingman's for.
All right.
It's not that we would know anything. We just
They're lovely, though. They're lovely. They're wonderful. They're excellent overlords. Everyone is happy.
breathing.
Right.
Okay. Sure.
We should get going. I mean,
Yes,
Ingman's
now-
probably looking for you, and you might be late to your execution. With that, we need to
well-
get going.
Very
You know
dire
you're-
words, but yes, let's go.
Yeah, you know your accomplices, right?
It's okay. I'll take care of you. We won't allow you anything to happen to you, Lee.
Well, that I do appreciate. I'm not exactly the most convincing with my words.
It's okay. You have tentacles. There's other ways to convince people. And I will walk in the direction of the bell.
All right. I'll, open the door and, I guess take the lead back up the stairs.
Sure. There's
I'd
a
like to-
there's a
Oh, yes,
tunnel.
please.
There's a tunnel that leads through just a small foothill. It's covered by some grass or some rocks on the outside of the door, but you have no trouble finding it. As you walk into the tunnel, you again remember the claustrophobia of such a long, narrow tunnel that's just barely tall enough for you to walk fully upright, but in a straight line. It is long. The walk back takes a not insignificant amount of time. Does anything occur? Do you say anything while you're on your way back?
I don't say anything, but I would be looking to see if there was evidence of others following down here, that sort of thing. Because we removed our boot. I remember removing the boot prints as we went down.
Sure.
So I'm trying to see if there's anything that looked like maybe the people following us followed us and then turned around.
All right, that'll be a detect roll.
All right.
Let's take a look at your sheet here. It seems that you have you're proficient in detect, which means you can roll a 3d6, and your total skill for that is a 6. So you can roll a 3d6 plus 6. Let's take a look here. That's a 7 plus 6. That's a 13. You don't notice anything.
Okay.
Doesn't look any different.
All right. Suspicious, but they may have maybe hoped to left to us to our own devices, hoping we'd maybe die down there.
Is this just a dark tunnel, or is there any like markings or anything like that on these walls, or
No, nothing. Smooth.
Yep, I'll take note of that and keep it moving.
Okay. So, as you make your way towards the end of the tunnel, eventually it does appear after an excruciating amount of time walking in silence. You find you come to the base of this little staircase. And as you do, you begin to hear the bells much louder this time. And you begin to hear the townspeople Sorry, that's a little bit. It's a live show, folks. There we go. You begin to hear the townspeople.
It doesn't sound good.
No.
Rowdy bunch. Since I'm the smallest, I probably want to try to come out this little hatch first.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm guessing I'm the smallest. I don't know how Pippet is, but or Grizz.
I'm kind of short.
Okay.
Grizz is like 5'2", 5'3".
Oh, nope. I'm taller than... Yep.
All right. Well, I'm only 4'11", so I'll just slip out this little hatch and ease my way out and just look around and make sure the coast is clear. If it's clear, I'll knock twice.
Sure. As you do, you open the trapdoor near the wall in the corporate exclusion zone of Arcadia Farms, and as you do, you notice a scene of chaos. The townspeople are running around. There's corpsemen with weapons, also seemingly terrified. Someone is still ringing that bell.
Damn bell.
It's pandemonium.
Chaos. I'll knock on the door twice. Come on, nobody's gonna notice. This place is going crazy. And I'll try to hurry everyone up. Come on.
All right.
Everyone makes
I
it
rush
out.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hustle.
Okay. What now?
Oh boy.
I look around cautiously, observe my surroundings, and see if there's any immediate danger or if I can hear what the screams are.
Yeah,
Sure. You
I'd
don't
like to
notice.
listen as well.
You don't notice any immediate danger where you are. No. And it's very difficult to pick out what the screams are saying. They're just incoherent orders. Just, pick that up, put that over there, get ready, take that. You're conscripted.
And it's coming from like the square or the center of
Just everywhere.
everywhere.
all around you.
Okay. We should blend in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Where's the wheelbarrow? That would help.
It's
We're
down.
back in the mine.
Still down. We didn't bring it up.
Yeah, I'd left
There
it down
should be
there.
more, right? We look around. Are there any more in the mine that we were just at?
No.
Any barrels or like empty boxes or crates in this alley?
No.
It's fine. I'll improvise for you. Grizz and I can go around and find out what's going on. You follow behind us. We'll act like we're taking you to this area. And we were observing what you were doing, but it's an immediate need, and we need to find out what's going on. All right?
We'll
We're
lean
fine,
on your
we're fine.
authority. Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
And then I'll walk with Grizz and look for a, I guess the townsfolk of Arcadia Farms is around,
Yeah.
and say, excuse me, and move my way through. What's
Easily,
going on?
yeah. As you round the corner and you're pushing your way through people, you see corpsemen in the middle of the street with crates, boxes full of weapons, and they're just pointing at people and saying conscripted, and people are terrified. They're being they have like weapons now, just like shovels and axes and like pickaxes, but they're being given these weapons. Let's see. I'm gonna make a secret DM roll here. A corpseman points to you, Pliers,
Yeah, me?
and says, "You're conscripted."
Do you know who I am?
They point to the direction of what you know to be the orchards. Get out there and see what's wrong.
I'm an observer. I observe things. All right, I'll pick up a weapon because that's free. And I'll take that. And then I look and I was like, do I have anything that shows my standing or anything?
It won't matter.
Okay. I would at least like to know what's going on before you send me into danger, because the higher ups will not like if I get dirty.
A human, just another worker here at Arcadia Farms, just clings to your lapels and says, somebody's destroying the cult plant. Something's destroying the cult.
What? Enraged. And I turn around and I like you, come. I point at every my companions and say, come, conscript, let's go. And just tell them to pick up a weapon and come with me.
Everyone gets just a low quality like pickaxe. If you are just a garden hoe.
Well, I've got the nice brand new pickaxe. I think I'm going to leave that one alone.
Sure.
You take it. I can break it down later. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I just grab one of the cheap ones then.
Everybody add just like farm equipment to your sheet, to your bag. It's 3 pounds. All right. So the corpseman is just pointing. Get out there.
Hey. Oh.
We should just do what they
Lavender.
say.
All right, let's go. And then walking over there, my little legs can only carry me so fast. I will observe around and try to detect anything out of the ordinary while talking to the group.
On your way towards the door? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, everything is out of the ordinary. Everyone is panicking and screaming.
Do we see Ingman anywhere?
You do see Ingman. So maybe. He's possibly talking to a group of corpsemen. He's turned around, so you might not. It might not be him.
Griggs.
Why is everyone screaming?
Yeah, want to find out too. Griggs, I need you to, if you like to, break off and do your little concealment thing that you do and find out what the hell is going on here. Find Ingman now, and we'll go see what's going on in Orchid. Something or someone or something is attacking it or destroying it.
Yes. I think I see him up there. I can try to convince him to tell us something.
Yes, if you don't mind. I'm by no means am I the leader here, but Leaf, if you can take point. I don't know what's going on, but they said something's attacking Orchid.
Make
Yes.
a little secret
No.
DM roll here. Ingman turns around and locks eyes with you, Grizz.
I kind of straighten up and wave, and then
Ingman-
start making my way over.
Ingman is coming to you. He's already on the way.
Okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
Was it you? Was it you? Was it all of you?
What are you talking about?
What?
Who's destroyed all the cult?
No. I went to go get a wheelbarrow, as you asked yesterday, and it took me over to the docks, not the orchard.
Ingman gets real close and just says, listen here. Listen to me good. You're gonna get out there and you're gonna find out who did this. And if you come back empty-handed, then nobody and nothing can save you.
Oh, is that a threat? That smelled like a threat.
Well, I mean, I think that I'd be more of assistance alive than dead, but we'll do our best.
I'm standing behind them and I'm just like averting my eyes, not trying to catch any attention, just nodding yes.
Okay.
Can I try to persuade him to calm down a step?
No.
I'm gonna step up next to Griggs and say, Ingman, excuse me, we didn't have the pleasure of talking. I'm more of seeing when things go down. I would like to say that, and I'll get close as I can here. I understand your position. We want you to be in that position. We want you to stay in this position. It'll be a good thing for all of us, okay? But I need to know what is actually going on. Make it simple and quick. You said something. Did you not send anybody out, scouts or nothing, to find out what it is? I'm not gonna like this. As I pull out my notebook.
Eamon grabs you by the collar.
It's you two. This is
Get
fine
out
material.
there and figure out what did this. Who did this? And if you come back empty-handed, I will end you myself.
And you myself.
I turn to
Okay.
the party. I say, guys, let's just go.
Yes. Grizz
I'll
like
actually-
Snatch my
grabs
collar out of his
Pippet.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stand in between Pippin and Ignativ. We're on it right away.
Grizz, I'm gonna have you make, before we continue, I'm gonna have you make I'll have you make a persuasion human check for me really quick.
Okay.
That's a 3d6 because you're proficient. And you get a +9, 19.
Oh my goggles.
You notice, as you're being ushered away, you're thinking about it, and you swear that Ingman was a little bit scared when he told you that. It maybe wasn't complete malice. You noticed he was a little bit scared.
Desperate.
Desperate, yeah, desperate.
Yeah.
You're being ushered away out towards the called orchards. Do you comply?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Touched me. I was playing the whole way there.
He seemed a little bit well, to understate, frazzled.
Yeah, frazzle
I think
dazzle.
he's-
Sure.
Quite worried, which I suppose we all should be, but what could be doing this?
Yeah, no idea. Honestly.
You make it
Oh.
out towards the gate. This is the north gate. None of you have been through here yet. Maybe you leave. There's a guard, corpseman standing at the gate, just with a pale face, terrified, and just says, "You going out?"
Yes. We were sent here to investigate.
All right. Well, there's no coming back in. Not for at least an hour.
Oh.
That's all right. I think we need the time.
All right. When I open the gate, move out quick. No dallying, or you're gonna get stuck in there.
Like how no one's telling us anything, but
Roll
seem
it!
like they know a lot.
The gate opens slowly, pendulously. You're kind of shoved through by the corpseman, and it slams behind you. You are in the called orchards now. Before you
Is there like
is an orchard, a massive orchard. Cult plant is tall and spiky. It's a little dangerous, but you notice that some of this cult plant has been, it looks to be dissolved.
Oh.
Sometimes from the top. You look down at the road in front of you and the ground, and you can see bodies, human bodies.
Oh.
Workers. They're all carrying the same kind of farm equipment that you are.
are they also dissolved?
Some of them a little bit, yeah. Some
Oh,
of them
boy.
are covered in some substance.
Oh my.
I don't try to get closer to it, but I want to see what I can piece together, like with my knowledge from this distance.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Roll me a biology check. Well, you're proficient in biology, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then what is your modifier for that?
6.
6. That is a 14 plus 6. That's 20. Yeah, you ace this. You know that this is a disgusting looking vitriol on these bodies. You notice that
Everyone.
it's covered in diseases and like parasites.
Ew. I turn to the party and I say, there are vitriols at work here.
And would I be able to deduce which vitriol did this? I know there are several.
Perhaps if you had enough time, but as it stands, something is making itself known. Because what you thought was the ground before you begins to move. Oops, not that.
Ew.
Dozens of rascals begin undulating. They're covered in some kind of viscous vitriol. They have patchy fur, pulled out from being stuck to cult plants. these creatures are a descendant of the invasive species that humans brought with them during the invasion, called a rabbit. There are dozens, and they move as one. Please roll initiative.
Oh God, it was one. That's gross.
Grizz, 1d6, you are 2. Let's see here, 1 second. I'm keeping track of everybody's rolls this time. Leaf, you are 3. Pivot, you are 6. Pliers, you are also 2.
Okay.
And the large rascal swarm is 3. So, with initiative rolled, Pippet, you are first. The creature is 1 zone away, meaning you are in zone 2.
Wonderful. I want to take a moment to think rationally and understand these creatures.
Sure.
See what if they're responsible for these vitriols on their body, on those bodies over there.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Oh, ew, God. Okay, ew. And these bunnies.
Rascals, yes.
These rascals. That's a whole nother word for them. These rascals. They move as a pack. Is it because they're stuck together? Would I
Maybe.
be able to do like a knowledge check on? That's what I'm really asking.
You don't have to do a knowledge check. They look to be covered in some sticky substance, and it is probably keeping them stuck together. It's also probably the thing that pulled out all their hair.
And they're not naturally this way, from my knowledge.
Oh, they're definitely naturally this way. They're a
Oh,
pest.
that's okay. Perfect. Yep, I would know that. Okay.
There's no ancient
Don't let
Is
them
word.
touch you.
There's no ancient Is word for rabbit, so there's just human words to describe these guys.
Rascals, right? Ugh. Oh man, I don't even know how I would deal with these things. Everyone, be careful. You can't let it touch you. We need to prepare. So that's one thing I haven't done because I've only been snatched up. With movement, going to zones, what would I have to do? What kind of action would that be? Would that
It would be a
minor?
movement action, yeah. You could move a zone towards it if you'd like.
Okay.
Movement is a minor
I'll-
action, and what you've done so far with your checks and talking is a free action. Yeah, you still have you could do a minor action and a major action, so you'd like to move closer?
I'll stay here.
Okay.
I need us to be in formation.
Sure.
So I'll wait for Leaf to stand with me, but I'll prepare my weapon.
Okay. So this is at the end of your turn?
End of my turn.
Very well. All right. Next up in the turn order is Leaf and the large swarm. The large rascal swarm. So, in Issliss, there exists a game mechanic called synergy. When you work with others, putting your heads together to accomplish a goal or aligning your movements against a foe, you gain synergy. In combat, synergy means attacks and movement skill attempts representing your fluid coordination together when any number of allies share the same turn and are working against the same enemy. All those allies can roll 4d6 instead of 3d6 for all attack and movement skill checks. However, when you share a turn order with an enemy, as you are sharing your turn order, Leaf, with the large rascal swarm, it means that the large rascal swarm will target you over others. The mass, the undulating mass of creatures begins to begins to worm its way closer and closer to you. It is within an immediate distance now. Gonna give a little roll here. Let's see, 13 plus 13. Leaf, what is your defense?
My defense is 12.
12, I see.
And the abilities I'd have that could help with that, I have to do on my turn, I believe.
I see. Very well. Let's see, that's a 6, a 5, and a 2. The creature, or creatures, begins to rear, with several of them just standing on each other, a massive, just gooey mess of rascals begins to rear up. And together, they bite you for 5 damage.
Ow, okay.
I have to make a secret DM roll here. Let's see. One moment. 7. What is your endurance?
My endurance is 4.
Oh no. All right, very good. I'm going to make an adjustment to your character sheet here.
Okay.
You have nothing to worry about. Don't even worry.
Perfect.
I'd also like to interject. Pippet realized that they have specialized senses, so they immediately identify vitriols or concoctions.
Oh, very good. Perfect. Let's see here. Just need to check one more thing. I'm so sorry.
Take your time.
No, that's
Take
all
your
right.
time.
One more thing. This is a brand new creature for us.
And
Okay.
I want to, while you're looking at that, I want to clarify, which is fine. Things like I have parry and riposte as actions, but those are actions I have to do on my turn. They're not reactions of any
That's
kind.
right. You can
correct?
set up an action for next time. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. It's your turn.
Okay, well, now that I've been hit, I'd like to defend myself. Yeah, I'm going to use an action called riposte.
Okay.
I take a stress,
Okay.
but I will add my total acrobatics to my defense against the next attack. If it misses against me, I can make an attack of opportunity.
If it misses against you, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
So what are we rolling against each other?
It's 17 now.
17. What are we rolling?
So nothing. Nothing is rolled. This is I have to
Oh,
do
I
this
see.
before their next attack.
I see. Got it. So their
So
next attack
na-
has to be a 17 for you to hit.
They have
I'm
to
gonna
be.
need
They.
you to remember that.
Yeah, I'll remember it. Yeah. I'm good. I've got the defense.
Okay. Is that
Yeah,
your
so-
is that your entire turn?
That's my major action. They moved up to me, so that's all I can do.
Okay.
Unless there's something minor that I can do in response to that. Actually, is like drinking a vial of something. Is that a major or minor?
That's a minor action.
Then I absolutely will use the health elixir I purchased earlier,
Okay. Yeah.
and that will
absolutely.
heal me 2 health.
Okay. Add 2 more health to your sheet. All right. I'm excited.
All right.
Who's
So I
next?
take just big hits, bit all over, and
It looks like while Leaf is busy horking down an entire bottle of elixir, Pliers and Grizz, both of you are on this turn. Pliers, you go first. You gain an extra dice for your rolls here, given that you are on the same turn as Grizz.
Excellent.
Because of synergy.
Where would the creature have bitten you?
I'd probably, if it reared up, probably like shoulders and whatnot.
Yeah, shoulders, chest, face.
And you're in the same zone as I am, correct?
Yeah, we're all in the same zone now.
Okay, great. I will pull the cane out and be like, well, 2.0. And I'll slap it and load a health syringe bolt in there. And I'd be like, huh. And I'll put it right on his shoulder and press it. And I don't really blow into it, but I want it for effect. Because when I press a button, it ejects it out. And shoot him right in the shoulder. That's I'm a field medic.
Okay. What is the effect of that?
That's a major action
Okay.
to do. Not a full action because I'm a field medic.
Mm-hmm.
And how the heck did I do that last time? I think I have to look up the actions. I have so many tabs open. Where is it? I think I know I roll.
First aid is instead a major action instead of a full action.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll be first aid is the action.
Yeah, I would have to. Where is the sheet? I think I lost it. I closed it by accident. Now, hold on 1 second.
Here it is. Anyone can perform basic first aid. Yeah. So you will need.
I think we rolled it as a. Did we roll it as an attack roll?
It'll be a biology check. So.
Okay. I have a
you'll
7
need
in that.
Yes, you have a 7. Are you proficient in
proficient.
it? Oh, very good.
Yes.
All right. So let's give you a little roll here.
Sorry about that. Normally I have all these things open.
That's okay.
Good lord.
So that is a 9 plus 7. That's a 16. Yeah, good job. With a 16, you heal for 1 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
Oh, sorry. Actually, you get a. I'm so sorry. You get a 4d6 because of this.
Oh yeah.
Because
I
you're
get
rolling
extra
it with
dice.
on the same turn. I'm so sorry.
Right.
That's my mistake. You
No,
roll.
it's
We're
fine.
gonna roll you again.
I was getting ready to blame my craftsmanship.
That is a 14 plus. You said 6. That's 20.
Yes. No, 7. Sorry.
Oh, it's plus 7, so 21. Mm-hmm. All right. That's a critical success. You get a plus 3 to your health. Leaf.
Okay.
Very good.
Health-wise, I'm doing great. I feel a little funny though, but that's probably fine.
No, I have
Nothing
no
to worry
idea
about.
where you sit health-wise. Well, I just load you up with more drugs then.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, and we should share that. Yeah, you're looking pretty physique there. Okay, cool. And minor action. God dang it. I need to open that sheet. For a minor action, Can I look at this creature and see if there's a core to it of some sort? If they're undulating, there has to be a specific spot where it's concentrated.
What is this minor action? Are you looking? What's it called?
Maybe I don't know if I can detect on a minor action. I'm trying to find the sheet at the same time. Sorry. If not, I can just take a turn to. I can just not do the minor action. Just prep myself next time, I guess.
Here, minor actions are things like jump, move, fall prone, take cover, hide, fire ranged weapon, sturdy.
Oh, I can still fire a ranged weapon?
That's
A
right.
minor action?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna load up a damage syringe at that point, and I'm gonna shoot this thing.
Sure.
Heck yeah. Still looking for it. I have a bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it out for a here we go. I think I found it. Switch it out for a actions, minor actions. Okay, here we go. I found it. Short distance, grabbing weapon, and I think my bolt is a press energy cover. Where is it? Is it under damage? Is it under?
That's light weapon or ranged weapon for you.
Yes, it's a light range weapon.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at the weapon sheet. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, skills
Ranged
and
weapons use the
proficiencies.
middle number die or the second lowest die.
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
I was trying to find the information.
So, you roll a 46. That is a. Let's take a look here. You roll a 14. You manage.
I
to-
have wait.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I have bonuses to that too, right? Does that apply?
This is for your attack roll.
So
is
the fact that I'm proficient in range and have a 7, does that?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. That's
that
right.
help?
Yeah,
It's okay. I'm trying to help you out.
it's okay. I have a lot of
I
sheets
got
open
like
right now.
7 sheets open. I'm like, ah! All right.
Okay. So for your ranged weapon skill, you have you're proficient. You have a +7, so that is a 21. You have a 21 to your ranged weapon skill. That hits. So you manage to break past this creature's defenses. But as you hit it for 3 damage, you notice that you blow a hole straight through what's reared up, and several of these rascals just explode out from behind it. There's now a gaping hole in this thing that's reared, and it's just dead, gooey rabbits.
Oh, that's disturbing. Oh, goodness gracious! I don't want any of that.
You
keep
hear them
shooting it. Stab it.
screech and growl. It gets agitated. The whole creature begins to shake a little bit as the hole slowly is filled by the rest of the the creatures.
That's disgusting. We must work harder and faster. And I'll yeah, that's it. I think it's
Okay.
into my turn. I can only do a major and a minor.
Alrighty, Grizz, it's your turn.
I have a skill called Call Out, but I don't know if I can use it on this creature
What is your
because
skill?
it doesn't seem sentient, kind of.
Let's take a look here. What is your skill? Call out.
Call Out is Persuasion. On success, unnerve the target and cause 1 stress.
Yeah, you won't be able to use persuasion against a writhing mass
because
of
it's not
rascals.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'll load up my sling
Okay.
with some rocks, and see if I can just kind of like fire at a different spot than was just hit.
Okay.
Like maybe like the thought is if we can kind of like eat away at them, eventually they'll stop multiplying.
Sure. That's a 46 for you. And what is your proficiency in ranged weapons?
It is a 6.
Okay, and you're proficient, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's an 18 plus 4 is 24.
Whew.
The second lowest dice here is, wow, is a 5, huh? Okay. Yeah. You load this sling. How do you do it? How does it look?
So she takes as many steps back, recognizing that like they're kind of butted up against the back of this door. They take as many steps back as they can until they're pressed almost to the door. Circle the swing in front of them, kind of doing this motion, and then they let it kind of go that way in a forward hand rather than a backhand to try and better target where they're going to hit them. And they kind of take cover a little bit, like it might splash,
Sure.
like the goop might get on them.
Yeah, absolutely. You do manage to do this, and you load up that sling and let it fly, and another hole opens up in this thing that's reared up, and again you see the just explosion of several not insignificantly sized rabbit-like creatures. These rascals. Goo is flying everywhere. You see a few of them are bleeding and screeching and howling, and you think you see like a couple of them begin to eat the injured ones. It vibrates again, the hole closes up, but the entire swarm is now slightly smaller. Rather than a large rascal swarm, you are now engaged with a small rascal swarm. Next up is Pipit. It's your turn.
Pipit watches all of this occur, and now that they've honed their senses, they'd love to know what is dripping off of this swarm.
Sure. You can identify this fairly easily. It's the same viscous substance that was all over the bodies. It's the same viscous substance that covers the large rascal swarm. And you have a feeling it's related to cult plant. This is an extract of cult. It's sticky, it's a little bit toxic, and it's everywhere.
Ugh. disgusting. And due to my familiarity with this substance now, I will move forward and try to slash it with that glaive. Seeing as Leaf looks good after Pliers is taking care of them, so no one's in any critical danger at the moment. I hope.
Seems that way.
Seems that way. Okay. I'm gonna go and try to slice at this thing. with
Okay.
my glaive.
So you move towards it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And so you go into an immediate range of this creature. You take
Yes.
your glaive, and what is your proficiency with heavy weapons?
Great. Let me share. I want it to be great. My proficiency with heavy weapons is a +7.
+7. All right, that's 17. And is that the highest dice?
Yes.
It is the highest dice. Okay.
Wow.
Leaf, you notice Pippet coming up from behind your shoulder, and you glance over, and you just see like a wild look in Pippet's eye, like a far away, like I've been on the battlefield before type of look, where Pippet is no longer the Pippet you know, but a different Pippet, a dangerous Pippet, a terrifying Pippet. Pippet, how do you kill this creature?
Yeah.
And I slice it across the rest of its bloody form. And I bring some of the rascals down and slash some of those in half. And it all just crumples into this writhing, slimy mess. And you hear their squeaks just start to die out.
It is
As they try to escape, I stab into one of them.
It's terrifying. All of these creatures are stuck together in this massive pile, and as Pippet is just pounding them with his glaive, you see some of them are crushed. You see guts and slime everywhere. Some of them are trying to escape, but they're like stuck, and Pippet's going after them with the glaive. It's a mess, a disgusting mess. And a few of them have escaped and run off away into the woods.
Be careful of the sticky stuff. It's uncultured cult. It's kind of poisonous.
Oh.
Hey, you eating this stuff? I think you can stop stabbing now. I think it's dead. Actually, it looks like it's about to the ground now.
You just have to make sure. I'm just stabbing into the ones.
Is
Better.
is it bad or good if they beat me?
If it hasn't set in, if the cult substance hasn't set in, you'll be okay.
Speaking of that, as you exit combat, I'm taking a look here at a very important chart. One moment. Speaking of that, Leaf, you begin to notice that the outside in this orchard seems really bright. It seems kind of exceedingly bright. So you begin to get a little bit of a headache. The details of the distance, your distance vision, are beginning to get a little blurry.
Yeah. It's very bright out. Why is it so bright?
Oh, here we go. I walk over to Leaf and I look at their eyes and I try to see what I can do to help with this affliction. From what I know from this affliction, it probably will last a day, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're gonna have to make a roll for this one.
Let me roll.
Okay. Let's see. So, to figure out what's going on with Leaf, You will need you'll need to make a first aid check. This is a biology check, is that right?
I hope
See.
so.
Yeah, it's biology. So I'm gonna have you make a biology check. You'll need to beat a 15. You're proficient in that though, so your biology check. Oh no. Yeah, that's not good. That's a 4 plus. What do you have?
I have a 6.
Yeah, that's only a 10. You rolled
Oh
2
my
ones.
God. Oh my god.
You accidentally poke Leaf in the eye while you're examining.
Y'all see me kind of get uncharacteristically frustrated.
I'm like, Leaf, be still.
I am still. It's very bright. It hurts.
I can't quite tell.
And I'll just fumble around, but
Sure.
clearly I'm
It's
shaking.
just not something that you're familiar with. It's not like a problem that you've seen very often.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know, but my head hurts and I can't see very far. And
Well, sit down and stop looking around.
you're right.
Leaf, for today you will take a -1 to your observation in your miscellaneous field on your sheet.
Okay, adding that in.
Well, you know, Pippin, the way to be efficient about this, if the patient is being not cooperative, you just remove the eye, work on it, and then place it back in.
That sounds terrible.
Mechanics.
That doesn't sound like mechanics. That
Okay,
sounds
turn
terrible.
it off and turn it back on again. Eyeball.
Right.
No.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm distracted by, I want to go and look at these bodies now.
Sure, yeah.
And I'll go and look over and check
yeah.
out.
It's trivially easy. Like, you see them. They were very clearly killed by this swarm.
And they're,
not trained
are they on
fighters
the
either.
ground?
Yeah, they're dead. They're very dead
Yeah,
on the
okay.
ground. They each have, one of those crappy farm tools
Yeah.
that they were conscripted. Just,
It's unfortunate.
there's probably, you can see probably 5 or 6 people out here just dead in various stages of, like, being dissolved.
Aw. Can we see where the rascals came from?
Yeah. Give me a detect roll.
Ooh.
While Pippin
Please.
is doing that,
Yeah.
can I use the tool that I have? You said it's kind of like a hoe.
Yeah. Like a farm
I'd love
tool.
to like scoop whatever like remnants of this bunny thing into like a sack to take back to Inman to show him.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Sure.
One proof.
Perfect. Yeah. Very good.
Smear it all over his face.
Yeah. You manage.
You should put this in your eyes.
It's goopy. You manage it.
If I see Pippin trying to do that, by the way, I'd probably still get up and try to help.
Okay.
This is still exactly what I'm good at. I don't know if I could use Bloodhound right now. I think thematically it doesn't feel like I can. I automatically know where they are, but I feel like I probably am not that observant at the moment.
This unknown affliction you have negates a Bloodhound for sure.
Yeah, I feel. But I still can help with detect at least, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I am proficient, so I'll happily aid.
Yeah, so you're kind of like describing to Pippet like what to look for and everything. So Pippet, you can roll a 3d6.
Awesome.
And
My,
your roll is
Yeah.
this.
+5 for the detect.
So 13. Oh yeah. So you got As you Leaf are like describing to Pippet like what kinds of things to look for and like where to look. Pippet, you begin to notice this trail. And the trail goes past this orchard up over a ridge.
I think it's leading there.
Do we
Arm
want
yourselves.
to check it out.
You should lag behind. But yes,
Okay.
stay in
mean-
between us.
All right. I feel mostly fine. It's just very bright and kind of hurts my head.
Under my breath, I said not to touch it. But I'll go and check the bodies one more time. And since there's a path, I want to collect this cult poison into a bottle.
Sure.
And if I can't, I'm just gonna apply it to my weapon.
Ah, okay. That's so let's see. That's like a foraging check, right?
Yeah, actually, let me see. I know I have Bane Blade, so if it's easier for me to just put it on my blade, I'd rather do that.
Oh, okay.
If I have to do a check for it, that would be.
What is Bane Blade? What does it say?
Yeah, let me actually describe Bane Blade because that's what a good player would do. So Bane Blade would allow me to. So I wonder, since it is a minor action, so is it something that I can only do in combat? Because if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and just try to collect it the best I can.
It depends. Like, what does it say?
You can apply poison or drugs to a weapon. The next hit delivers that substance.
I'll tell you what. You can collect some of this. Since you killed it, I'll say you can just collect some of it and apply it to a weapon later.
Excellent. Okay. That's what I want to do.
So go ahead
if I
and
have to roll for it.
Yeah,
I'm
no, just
happy
put
to
that
roll
in your
for it.
inventory, and then we'll use Bane Blade the next time you're in combat, or whenever.
Perfect. Okay. And then I will forge ahead towards this path.
Does everyone
that they
else
pointed out.
follow?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely if they're gonna leave, I'll be like, why are we going deeper? We have the evidence. And then my voice will trail off as I follow.
Yeah, you're all walking through this orchard. It's a little quiet. It's like kind of eerily quiet since everyone is dead and the rascals have run off. But you're making your way up this ridge. And just as you crest the ridge, all of you are a little awestruck by the sight. Because in the distance, what you see is a massive aqueduct. The rest of Arcadia Farms' corporate exclusion zones dot the landscape, and way off in the distance you see this massive aqueduct, and the trail leads directly to it. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back next week for the next episode of Issliss Season 1. Be sure to check out our Kickstarter for the full book. Also, join the Discord to have discussions about Issliss, and join our special Issliss chat there. Hit us up on social media if you have fan art or want to talk about the show. You can also find all of our VODs here on Twitch, and you can find them on YouTube as well, and everywhere podcasts are consumed. So head over to the Discord and the merch store. We have brand new merch like this. We've got mugs and posters and t-shirts and all kinds of cool stuff. We even have a bowling shirt, so check it out, merch.fablescraps.com. And if you want to play Issliss at home, it's trivially easy to do. All you gotta do is head over to fablescraps.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you can get yourself a free quick play guide for Issliss. You can play it at home. There's lore, there's artwork, there's all kinds of awesome stuff. So check it out. Get it for free at fablescraps.com, or back us on any level of the Kickstarter and get it that way too. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you all again next week for the next episode of Issliss Season 1. Take care.